Let's talk about running shoes. Specifically, my running shoes. Why I have them, what I use them for. Now, why would you want to listen to me talk about running shoes? I'm not a pro runner, and I don't really know what I'm talking about. But that being said, I have run 3 half marathons this week. I did a 17-mile run on Sunday, ran up and down a hill twice. Then I did a half marathon on Tuesday. And then yesterday I did another 15-mile run, ran up and down a hill twice. So I've run over 40 miles in the last week, over 3 runs. Each one was a half marathon or longer. So I think I know a little bit about running, but I'm not being sarcastic. I mean, it's really just a little bit. So with that out of the way, with my knowledge, I want to talk about my running shoe collection. So on camera here, we see I have 6 different shoes on display. So I want to start with this. It's the Nike Zoom Pegasus. I went into a running store a few years ago and I said, I want a real running shoe, and they sold me this. I didn't know anything about running, but I thought, it's a good shoe. So this is basically like my first running shoe, and I don't really use it anymore. But I do break it out occasionally for walks. So I knew that I liked this shoe and that it didn't cause any issues. So I went to the running store, a real running store, and I had the worker there appraise my stance, my foot, had him look at my shoe wear patterns, and ultimately we decided that the best shoe for me was the same model shoe. So this is the same line of shoe from Nike. It's the Pegasus, but it's several years newer. So they added more cushioning, they accentuated the tapering at the front and back, and this model is in black, but I'm sure you could get it in white. So these are actually the same line of shoes. They're the Nike Pegasus Zooms, but this is an older model, and this is this year's model. It's about to be out of date. And for political reasons that I'm not going to get into, I don't like Nike, but this shoe is just the best dang shoe that I've tried. For me personally, for fast running and the track running. So this is my go-to shoe for any kind of race that's not going to be off-road, or if I really want to knock it out of the park on a run team practice and I know it's going to be a track-based practice where we're going to be running on a track or streets, then this would be my go-to shoe right here. And it does a nice job of balancing cushioning. It's got padding, not too much, not too little. It's got a lot of roll, which really helps kind of boost me into my stride. Every time I take a step, the roll kind of helps me roll into my next stride. So it's just a really mechanically great shoe that enhances my running performance. So I don't like Nike. I do not like Nike, but this Nike Air Zoom Pegasus 38, this is like the best darn shoe that I have for running fast on hard ground for not too far. Like I would do a 10K in this shoe. Especially I would definitely do a 5K in this shoe. I would do a 10K in this shoe. This would be my go-to for like the wharf to wharf race. This would be my go-to shoe. Okay. So besides the Nike Pegasus, I decided, since I don't like Nike, that I want to find another comparable shoe. So I decided to like Hoka Ona for no reason at all. You'll notice that the Hoka Ona compared to the Nike Pegasus Zoom, this is the Hoka Ona Clifton. This is the Nike Pegasus Zoom. So these are the same model year, but 2 different shoe manufacturers. We got Nike and Hoka Ona. And so you can see they both have a fair amount of padding, but the Hoka Ona has a little more heel padding, a little more midfoot padding. It's a little less tapered, Overall, though, they're really similar shoes. And I would say that I actually like the Nike more. So this is kind of like a backup shoe. If for some reason I want to do some kind of fast road running 2 days, 1 day later, then instead of wearing my Nike, I'll wear the Hoka Ona. So my go-to is the Nike Pegasus, but the Hoka Ona is backup. And the reason that I don't like the Hoka Ona as much is because it's a little tighter for my feet up here, and I have wide feet. So if it weren't for that, this would be an excellent shoe for me. But it's still a good shoe. I'll go walking in it sometimes, like rarely. So it's still a good shoe, just not quite as comfortable. But when I'm running, it doesn't quite matter as much that it's tight in certain places, and it's also spreading out as I wear it longer, although I have worn it quite a bit. So I've tried the Mach 4 and the Rinken from Hoka Ona, and the Mach 4 is pretty nice. All right, so those are my road shoes. I got the Pegasus Air Zoom 28 and the Hoka Ona Clifton. Now, the Pegasus, even though I hate Nike, the Pegasus Zoom is just such a darn good shoe that I got the trail model. And if you don't know the difference between a trail shoe and a road shoe, I'm going to tell you right now. So they basically have the same upper. But you'll notice they look a little different. The trail model has tougher parts. Like this is full-blown plastic up here. The lace sections are reinforced. The tread pattern on the bottom, so this is the road model, this is the trail model. You'll notice that the trail model has much more pronounced tread. And this is important because when I run on trails, there's sometimes steep and slippery parts where I really need that extra tread. So the difference between the functional difference between the road model and the trail model, because these are both Nike Pegasus Air Zoom 28s, or 38s. So these are from the same year, same line of shoe, just trail and road. The functional differences are the tread. This tread would wear down much faster on the street. Like you wouldn't want to run a lot on the street on this. This wouldn't be as comfortable on the street. This is going to do a better job of rolling smoothly over the pavement than this will. And this is going to wear down faster. But on dirt, this will not wear down fast. It'll last. So the tread, and then because of the reinforced loops for the shoelace, you can tie this tighter. And the shoe in general just fits tighter around your foot. And the reason that's important is because when you're running on the trail, you're going to be moving your ankles and feet around from side to side a lot more. And you don't want your feet to be slipping inside the shoe because that's going to cause blisters. It's going to wear the shoe out. It's going to ruin your socks. It's going to mess your feet up. So this shoe fits around my feet tighter and more snugly than this shoe. So this is a more relaxed, more comfortable shoe made for running on the road and hard surfaces. This is a trail shoe meant to grip the ground, not let me fall and eat it, and also grip my foot tighter so that I can really scramble up and down those rocky trails. So I like the Pegasus so much, I bought the trail and the road model. And I might get another trail shoe because I've recently got into trail running a lot. Now, those are my road shoes and my trail shoes. The last shoes I want to talk about are my long distance shoes. So it's ironic because the longest distance that I've run was last Sunday. I ran 17 miles, and that was in my trail shoe. I ran 17 miles up and down a mountain twice. It was a great run. And then I did it again the other day, but it was only 15 miles. I had left out some extra mileage. When you're running on the dirt is padding. But when you're running on the road, you need more padding. So this is probably my all-around favorite shoe. Just unless I'm running on a trail, this is my favorite shoe right here. The Hoka Ona Bondi 7. So I think they just came out with a Bondi 8, and they also came out with a Bondi X. I'm probably going to buy one of those because I freaking love these Bondis. So at first glance, the shoe looks like a cartoonish joke. I mean, come on, the padding on this thing, it looks like something that, like a, I don't want to throw stereotypes around, but like it doesn't look like something I would wear. I don't think the shoe looks cool. I think the shoe looks weird and lame. And it brings back memories of like childhood in middle school, kids wearing just the most ridiculous shoes that are platformed to the high heavens. Like, I think this shoe looks like hot garbage. But when it comes to running, oh, this shoe is so comfortable. Compare the padding on my favorite, Nike Pegasus, which is like a fast shoe. Compare the padding on here to the padding on the Hoka Ona Bondi 7. I don't know if you can tell from the YouTube video, but the Hoka Ona Bondi 7 has at least 20, if not 25% more padding. And so what this does is it cushions my feet, my heels, so that I can run on the road much longer and easier. And basically it takes all the impact away from my knees and my ankles. And so when I'm not running on trails, if I want to run on the road and I'll put in like an 11, even maybe a half marathon on the road, then this is my comfort shoe, my long distance, like everyday beater shoe, the Bondi 7. Hoka Ona Bondi 7. So I'm happy that it's not Nike, and I initially bought it for walking, and I thought I'll never run in this, and then no, I run in it now. I walk in it, I run in it. It's my go-to shoe, Hoka Ona Bondi 7. But I thought, it's not good to walk and run in the same shoe day in, day out, so I got a backup shoe from a different brand because it's important to try different brands and see what's out there. So this is the Saucony Endorphin Shift. So this is essentially Saucony's attempt at the same kind of shoe. So just like the Bondi 7, it's got over 40 millimeters of padding, like cushioning underneath the sole. And it's really not meant for like a race. It's meant to be an everyday trainer where you're really just trying to get your miles in on hard ground. And so it's got a lot of cushioning and it's really optimized for comfort. It doesn't have quite as much padding as the Bondi 7, but I'd say it's close. And it's not quite as comfortable for me as the Bondi 7 because the Bondi 7 has a really wide toe box, and I have wide toes, or like a wide front foot, whatever it's called. And the Saucony Endorphin Shifts, these have a slightly less wide toe box than the Bondi 7. So I think for most people I think would actually prefer the Endorphin Shifts. These are a little snugger on your feet, which generally is what you want. But because I have a wide front foot, I need a wide toe box, and so for me the Bondi 7 is the more comfortable shoe that lets me run farther. But they're similar enough, and so I'll alternate these. I'll try to do my 11, 12, 13 mile runs in my Bondi 7s, and I'll try to do like lots of walks in my Saucony Endorphin Shifts. But I have done 11, 12 plus mile runs in my Endorphin Shifts as well. It's a backup shoe. You don't want to be wearing the same shoe day in, day out. If you wear the same shoe day in, day out, let's say you only get 100 days of use out of it. Whereas if you alternate shoes, you might get like 75, no, that doesn't make sense. You might get like 150 days out of both. So combined, you get like 300 days of use out of two shoes, whereas if you just wear one shoe day in, day out, you only get like 100 days of use. You can essentially extend the lifespan of any shoe by not wearing it constantly. If you give the shoe time to dry out, then bacteria won't grow in the shoe and break it down faster. So that's the reason why I have multiple pairs of shoes. So the Hoka Ona Bondi 7 and the Saucony Endorphin Shift, these are my long distance, just get the mileage in on flat road or like like gravel path shoe. Gravel path would be good on these too. If I want to run up mountains, I got my Nike Pegasus Air Zoom 38 trail model, and I absolutely love these. Oh, I hate Nike, but I love this shoe. I've got my race day shoe, just the normal Nike Pegasus Air Zoom 38. And I've got my backup road shoe, which I honestly have not been using that much lately because I've been doing a lot of trail running, and so I'm not doing back-to-back road running. And when I am doing back-to-back road running, it's in a distance shoe, but just in case, wanted to have something that wasn't Nike, so my Hoka Ona Clifton, which is all right. Doesn't really fit me that well, but I have people in my running club who love these. It really comes down to your foot shape and foot size. So depending on your foot shape and foot size, a different shoe is going to be the right shoe for you. So like I said before, the Hoka Ona Bondi 7 is my favorite shoe for comfort, but it's because I have really wide feet. If you don't have really wide feet, the Endorphin Shift might be better, or the Clifton might be better. The Nike Pegasi, they're a little more comfortable for my wide toe boxes, so they have kind of like the most well-rounded effect while having less padding, so they're a lighter weight, faster shoe. It can bend more. This shoe can, I think this one will actually be more flexible. Yeah, they can bend more with the road, so you can get more power in your step. Okay, so that's my small running shoe collection by a guy who does 1 to 3 half marathons every week. So I'm not a professional athlete by any means, but I do run a fair amount. And I would say, what's the next shoe that I want to buy? Well, I think I want to get another trail shoe so that I'm not wearing my Nike Pegasus trail shoe back to back, because I love this shoe, but I don't want to be wearing it constantly because I want it to last a long time. So I think I'm going to try to find another trail shoe from some other manufacturer, because again, I hate Nike. I just do not approve of Nike. Their business practices I don't approve, but this shoe is freaking amazing. So I want another trail shoe. And then I think that's it. Yeah, I got two pairs of comfortable long distance walking / jogging pace weekly beater mileage shoes. I got my race shoes and I got my trail shoes. So yeah, I want another trail shoe, backup trail shoe.